With a common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Learn Crypto. Welcome back to another Duo live show. My name is Nick Hellman.
I'm Todd Butterfield.
The man with the plan, taking us all to Lambo Land. We wanted to make sure to get live here because although we're super active over at patreon.com/learncrypto, that's the private group, we have been looking for this drawdown, and we wanted to make sure that everybody here on YouTube sees that as well. We have been filled on 50% of our Bitcoin position. We have overhead buy limits set for Mara, for Coinbase, for Band. We have our eyes on this INJ dip and so much more. So if you like daily updates on both crypto and stock, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news, make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and head over to learncrypto.io to see everything that we have to offer. What's going on, Zimmy Jin, Genghis Khan, Augustin? That's a new name. Happy you're here. So hyped to hear your guys' opinions. Well, you chose a good day to do that. RJ and Yannick. What's going on today, Todd?
Not too much. I'm having a little bit of mic issues, so we don't have a problem here. If we do, then we're probably not coming back. So cross our fingers and let's hope we get through this with no issues.
Can you hear Todd, everybody? Let us know in the chat if you can hear Todd.
Everything looks fine on my end, so hopefully they can.
All right, well, let's start off by hopping over to Beyond FOMO. We'll look at the general market conditions. Then, of course, we'll have Todd take a look at the charts of the large caps, of the large cap stocks. And then we'll dive deeper into some of our altcoins we're interested in. And, of course, go to the comment section to answer your guys' every question. Bitcoin over the past 7 days is down 9.5%, sitting at $39,092. As you know, or if you're part of Patreon, we have been filled on that dip that we are looking for. 50% of our Bitcoin trading position is back locked in. We are looking for other setups in order to buy back the other 50%. That could be higher. That could be lower. It really all just depends on the Wyckoff indicators. Ethereum. Everybody wanted to rotate to Ethereum because they saw the run-up of the Bitcoin spot ETF, and they wanted to chase the potential spot Ethereum ETF. Now that Bitcoin has sold that news, Ethereum underperformance continues, down 15.10% in the past 7 days, all the way back below $2,200, looking very ugly and not getting much of a bid on the open market. We are staying very in tune with that. Obviously, our large cap portfolio usually consists of Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, and then a couple others find themselves out. We take less and less Litecoin trades with every year that passes. It just doesn't have much opportunity there for us. We've taken more and more Solana trades as every year passed. We've taken less and less Cardano trades. We only take one XRP trade a year, one XLM trade a year. So it is interesting now that we've been here for several cycles, since 2016, how the big cap names that should be a staple in everybody's portfolio continue to rotate out as they just don't have the upside potential, and they have so many bag holders that makes it much harder to get good price momentum higher. Let's see the biggest losers for the past 7 days. Now, Nick, why are we looking at biggest losers? Usually we're looking at biggest winners and trying to find the trends, trying to find the sectors, trying to find the strong assets and dips because that's what we want to buy. Well, the reason I want to pull this up is because Optimism, Arbitrum, and Injective, INJ, are all on the 7-day biggest losers lists, down 24.5%, down 24.3%, and down 21.5%. Why is this interesting? All three of those were riding the hype of Ethereum as layer one scaling solutions that had a ton of hype and have been the strongest assets in that sector. We sold OP higher, we sold Arbitrum higher, and we have never held INJ in our portfolio. On this live show, we did have buys in the $6 to $8 region, so shout out to everybody who took those. These are 3 assets that we are looking to get back in our portfolio. So stay tuned in the public channels on when we're going to be buying those, or if you want to know the exact limit orders in which we are buying these assets, join patreon.com/learncrypto. Biggest 7-day losers, but prior to this past week, they were in the hottest sector and the strongest assets in that sector. We pulled out profits for Optimism, pulled out profits for Arbitrum, and now we are happy for this INJ dip to hopefully get into our portfolio. Keep an eye on those 3 assets because they will get added to the Learn Crypto portfolio in the very near future. Todd, do you want to take over some charts here?
Yeah, let me grab the screen, go to, okay, you're going to see me now. We're just got everything on Trading View, so I've been busy the last few weeks. I have got our Wyckoff indicators onto Trading View. I did post them yesterday, and Trading View took them back down. I don't like the way I posted them somehow. So I am working on that, but this screen is going to take care of really any stock, any crypto, any small cap, any shitcoin, anything you want to ask. So going forward should be a much better setup for us. So as you can see, Bitcoin in front of us, the last ETF high, you can see we had a big divergence. Look at the red arrows. You can see the way we construct what's kind of an unbalanced volume indicator, but we call it our optimism, pessimism, OP index. It showed there was no buy volume coming in on the rally to 49,000. That made us a little suspect, kept me on the sidelines, and I thought a breakdown here to today's levels would be at least a point to start to nibble. So we have done that. If you're in the Patreon group, you can see down at the bottom, though, lower right, 42 on the technometer. That is, as you can see over to the left, that is a Wyckoff aggregator. So we've aggregated 35 different inputs, meaning 7 exchanges and 5 stable coins. So we're bringing in all volume for as much Bitcoin as we can to then do our OP force and technometer. So pretty excited about that. It works really good on Trading View, so should be pretty cool. Let's look at Ethereum. The technometer there was down around 39 earlier today. Again, it's on the aggregate. You can see 40.46 now. That is at levels that's caught many lows, so we got to be careful for Ethereum to make a low here. I guess while we're here, let's look at, let me see if I've got, again, trying to get organized on Elliott wave counts as well. On Ethereum, we could be, could have a 5 waves up to finish, and we would have a lot more lower to go. That would be an extremely bearish count. I'm not going to show that because I don't think that's where we're at. I think we're probably in some type of wave 3 up, and we're doing a 1-2 inside of there. Would look good for Ethereum. I'm going to show some Bitcoin counts. They're somewhat the same, maybe a little bit different. Let's go ahead and do that right now. Let's look at Bitcoin. This is what I've been showing to the Discord. That's kind of mumbo jumbled a little bit. Let me try to clean that up a little bit here real quick. I thought we was in a 1-2-1-2, but to better show that, I'm going to go to a different one here. Like I said, I'm trying to get organized so I can go through information fast. I'm guessing now with the weakness we've had in the last week and a half here, that possibly the preferred count is the yellow, and that means we actually did not finish the up wave at 44,000 like I thought. We finished it at 49,000. So that means we're working on a wave 4, which could be an ABC, meaning the A wave down. It could be mopping up right here, ready for some type of rally, maybe to 45, 46, and then another pullback to below today's low. It would look like that, or possibly we work on a sideways triangle here before we head higher. Again, that's kind of a new count I've been looking at, because if I bring the green count over, we were kind of possibly thinking the green wave 3 had ended at 44,000. This is the 4th wave here. That don't look as good to the eye. So I'm really not happy with that count either, but that is definitely a possible. And again, this is one I was just showing. This shows a 1-2, and then you drag this over, And again, that's a 1-2-1-2 that I've been showing. That's an extremely aggressive account. That's a, that's 110, 120,000 count there where we go much, much higher. So again, I'm not sure that I really like the idea of the yellow count that I showed. So that's kind of the account that I'm going to be working on. Again, guys, sorry a little bit here. We just wanted to get live, and I'm moving a lot of data around trying to get this better. So again, that's the account that I'm working with. That we made a pretty big high there with the ETF. Get these out of our way. And we're going to try to figure out this ABC for the yellow wave 4 or a triangle for the yellow wave 4. And I don't know any other, I've got a lot of marked here.
We have buy limits on the books for the paid members, so it's tough for me to want to show my charts because I have those marked.
Exactly.
But just understand, guys, that band we sold at $2.24, and we're looking to buy it back somewhere down here. We sold Arbitrum higher. We're looking to get it back somewhere down here. We want INJ to be added to our portfolio on any further weakness. If it takes out the previous Wicks lows, that is a Fibonacci retracement level that we're looking at. Optimism, we sold much higher, about 15-20% higher. We are looking to buy that back somewhere down here. Also at 39,000, we picked up 50% of our Bitcoin position back, and we are still holding onto the cash for the other 50% to either buy on a profitable setup on the way up or look for a further dip, whether that dip occurs now or after a short-term rally before we do go to a new lower low somewhere below that 38,500, which you made today. So that's kind of what we're looking at. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, Ryan says, "What's up, Todd Father? Been a while, like a long while. Hope you're well."
What's up, Ryan? I am well here, definitely. Again, excited about the indicators getting to TradingView. There are going to be, you can subscribe to them for a low fee. Haven't really set that up for sure what we're charging, but you're going to be able to add that right to your TradingView. Invite-only indicators. It's going to be the whole suite. It's going to be OP Force Technometer, also some dashboards. It's going to give you like 20 stock technometers, automatic, 20 crypto. I'm working on some sector indicators so we can look better at sectors on stocks and crypto. So all that's going to be wrapped into a package of a Wyckoff suite of indicators. And again, it's going to be somewhere around $20, $30. We're going to give a lower rate to Patreon members to get more Patreon people in here, but excited about all that. And while I'm here, I'm going to run this SOL chart. Same type of thing as I showed you on the Bitcoin chart. We could be in this green wave 4. So could be done, could stretch out here longer term. But again, I think we're making some type of low. You can see we got some green arrow divergences here. It's because we're having some sell volume coming in while price is trying to hold. So technometer 43 not oversold. So again, not jumping in on anything, but this is a point if you're underinvested, you might want to start nibbling a little bit.
Cool. If you want to throw the screen over to me, this guy wants a little further in depth on INJ, and since I don't have the buy limit on here, we can look at that, and then I'll pull up PulseChain real quick as well. Shout out to Gora, the sponsor of LearnCrypto.io for the past 6 months. If you haven't checked them out, you should. Oracle provider on Algorand, but there is a little birdie in my ear telling me they are going to go EVM compatible very soon. That means there is a whole plethora, probably 90% of the market will now have access to Gora. They also just had an announcement from Algorand Foundation that invested in Gora's infrastructure. It tells you that the tech is real and the tech is here to stay. We are up on our Gora positions, getting in at 20 cents at launch, getting in at 16 to 18 cents on the dip. It's currently 28 cents and producing 17% APR in the form of Gora for us. This is a project that I'm happy that they sponsor Learn Crypto because I own a bag. Learn Crypto members own a bag. We are up on the bag, and I think it has much higher upside objectives. Realize right now this is an Oracle only for Algorand. They have clients that want them to go EVM compatible. That means the Gora token will be an ERC20 version. So now people on Uniswap can get it. Because how many of you have Algorand, can trade on Tiny Man? How many of you have even heard of Tiny Man? Not many. So opening it up on EVM allows a lot of upside. So that is Gora. INJ chart here. Somebody wants us to look at. INJ is one that we want to add to our portfolio. The token distribution model is that all the tokens are in circulating supply. We have a 25%, 30% dip off the high. TVL drops subsequently the same amount, 26%. That makes sense under these market conditions because the dollar values of all these tokens have dropped. We want to get in here. If INJ gets below this wick, you can see the Fibonacci is the 50. It's wicked off that twice now. Now, if INJ gets below this wick, maybe the 618, maybe somewhere around 26.69 would be a good buying opportunity. We do see on the 4-hour that the 200 moving average is starting to roll over. If it crosses through this 300 moving average, that is a bearish indicator, but we do know MAs are usually a lagging indicator, so I don't know how much you want to look into that. We are not currently oversold down here on the RSI. That is why we're trying to hold out, trying to look for that final washout, whether it's from Bitcoin or INJ whales, to get us a wick and to get us an entry at somewhere between 2161 and 2670. That's a big range, but we have to follow it as it go. We got to see what the trade setup is, and patreon.com/learncrypto will be the first to know those limit orders as we get them. Otherwise, we'll try to get on YouTube, we'll try to get on Twitter, but we don't know where the price will be once we get filled, of course. But that's what I was kind of talking about. Those are kind of the areas of interest that we have and why we want to add INJ to the books.
I'm going to bring in INJ as well real quick. Hold on. Here's INJ on the software. You can see we've had we talked about it down there at $8 and $9. We had sell volume coming in on the OP while price was holding. Then we got 2 oversold technometer readings. Those are the green circles. And then here also we had some selling coming in for a few weeks while price was holding. We came out of that little accumulation phase and zoomed up to 45. Currently we're in another trading pattern here. No real divergence currently in the OP. Technometer is 45, so nothing there. So as Nick said, still lower. It'd be nice if you know what Wyckoff is, that we spring the 29 area, so definitely could come down and do it 26 or 27 if things work together on the indicators, and might have a good Wyckoff setup there. So we'll be watching for that. Back to you, Nick.
Perfect. So let's take a look at PulseChain. PulseChain is an ecosystem, a brand new scaling solution. It's been a clone of Ethereum with improvements and modifications. It was founded by Richard Hart. You probably heard of it. Some of you think Richard Hart's a scammer. Some of you think Richard Hart's a god. I'm here to be in the middle and tell you that Richard Hart is a smart guy. He knows what he's doing. He's fighting the SEC. And PulseChain is an ecosystem. It's a real contrarian play. All the influencers showed you Solana at $80, $90 on the way to 130. And what happened? Solana's back to $80. The contrarian play is the one that nobody's really talking about, the one that people think is a scam, the one that people don't believe in. PulseChain, the past 24 hours, is down across the board. You can see here PLS. This is the Ethereum of PulseChain. PLS is equivalent to Ethereum. That is the gas token. PLSX, this is equivalent to Uni or Cake. This is the DEX token of the ecosystem, but with way better token economics than any DEX that's ever existed. So you saw the run-ups that Cake had. You saw the run-ups that Uniswap had. I'm telling you, PulseChain has better tokenomics than any of those combined. It's not even close. It's not even close. No dilution on any of these assets. All the tokens were sacrificed for. Every single token is in the circulating supply. No new tokens coming to the market. And why am I excited about it a little bit? PulseChain, past 30 days, PLS up 62.6%, while Bitcoin has been down 20. PulseX up 120%, while Ethereum has been down 25. We are also 75% in PLSX, 25% in Pulse. We are looking for PLSX to outperform due to the buybacks and burns. 3.3% of the total token supply has already been burned in this bear market. The higher the volumes, the higher the trading fees, the more buybacks and burns that occur on PLSX. Very simple. It sounds simple. Too good to be true. I'm telling you, get some assets, bridge over to PulseChain, and dabble in it, and you'll start making some gains. Let's look at the chart real quick on Pulse, and then I'll tell you 2 of the altcoins that we're buying on PulseChain that Learn Crypto members are winning on PulseChain, and we're earning free rewards simply by holding. Why is this level very interesting for PulseChain? You can see off the lows, PulseChain up 222% in the past 30 days. We did have a massive wick up to 375, has fallen back. There was a big whale who had some selling coupled with the Bitcoin weakness. But this right here, this drop is when the SEC said they were going to be charging Richard Hart or going after Richard Hart. This rally started when Richard Hart hired not one, not two, not three, 4 law firms, of which one used to work with the SEC to fight the SEC in their case. If you listen to what Richard Hart has said in the past, he's going to win this case. Everything that was designed within PulseChain was designed knowing the SEC was going to come after him, and their arguments are not valid. So what has happened? Price has exploded. This pullback is coming right back to this SEC level. This is the valuation right here when the SEC came after him. You see that we've wicked that so far. Now, this isn't to say that we can't go a little lower, because I do believe that we can come back here. I think in Wyckoff terms, it would be interesting for Todd to look at the Wyckoff schematics, but I almost think like this would be a backup back here to this 8,000 level. I think that is possible. But we'll see what's going on. Interesting ecosystem. You should get involved. We're going to have a lot of trades on it. We're starting to make a lot of money on it. PulseX, I think you should be heavier in. It's outperforming to the upside here just a bit. Again, it is to the SEC levels are right here. So it is outperforming PLS on this way up, and will continue to do so due to the buyback and burn. If you're already on PulseChain, quickly, assets that we're in, PTGC, you get reflections simply by holding it. 7 million market cap, 6 million market cap. We had a buy all the way down here, up 200%. We had an additional buy a week ago, up 205%. And you're earning additional passive income. I'm telling you, if you buy into, and you believe me, PulseChain is going to do good, Nick, and PLS is going to go higher. This is like a beta version. This gives you exponential returns on top of the Pulse returns. We'll get into more details. I don't want to bore you guys today, but this is a small cap. Simply by holding is going to outperform Pulse. It just is. And then if you're a huge degen or you're already up 200% with us on that, here's an asset named Alien that helps PTGC go higher. It's in the same community, but this is only a 200,000 market cap. We're currently up 23% on that position plus staking rewards. So interesting to finally talk to you guys about PulseChain a little bit, get the name out there, and hopefully you guys find some interest in it and dig deeper and follow along. If you want more in-depth videos on PulseChain, check the Twitter feed, check YouTube for standalone videos as well.
What's up, Mark? I'm going to run in and show the ORDI chart. That's one that a client of mine had brought to me, so I am watching that one a little bit closer for Madish. And I also want to show you here, now you see on the bottom, Wyckoff indicators are not coming in because it's trying to grab from 35 locations, which it cannot do. So all we got to do is go down here, change the settings to standard. That's going to bring in the OP. Same thing here, change these to standard. That'll bring in the force, and then we go back, change the last one to standard. My guy built these perfectly, so now you can see it does bring in the Tether Binance volume time Wyckoff indicators. So it looks really, I mean, it looks like green waves up, 5 waves. 4th wave was a triangle. We've got an ABC back to previous 4th wave support. You can see here on the OP, we've had major sell volume coming in while price is working higher and retracing. I mean, that chart by itself can't look much better. So ORDI here, I think has to look pretty good. You probably want to have some.
Bye!
ORDI.
Interesting. What else is going on, guys, in the chat? Fall King Pepe, welcome to the channel. What is going on? Love to see some Pepe people in here. Arja says, thanks. Yannick says, thoughts on coin. I guess I can show you my chart, Yannick.
Then I'm going to show my chart.
If you were in the Patreon group, you would know what we're thinking here. But Coinbase is down 33% off the highs. We are doing trailing overhead buys on Coinbase as we are looking to pick that up without missing it. The reason that Coinbase is having such a big sell-off, A, Bitcoin sell-off, B, people who are looking to get Bitcoin exposure via crypto-related stocks, whether that's Coinbase, MicroStrategy, Riot, Mara, and the list goes on. Well, guess what? They don't need to have the underlying stocks anymore in these random companies. They can own Bitcoin itself with the Bitcoin spot ETF. So that is part of the rotation as well. I've been showing these levels. People thought I was crazy. There is a gap here all the way down at 101. There's another gap all the way down to 83. Now, in order to get these gaps, Bitcoin would have to have another substantial drop. So I'm not saying that's possible. But we do right around here at 115.33 have the 618 fib retracement. We have the 200 moving average that's going to start correlating up with that 115. And that's why we're not ready to just jump right into Coinbase right here, right now, even though we have had quite a drop down. We are going to continue to do trailing overhead buys, lowering that overhead buy with any new low that Coinbase puts in, unless we get a glaring bullish divergence and a glaring red wick that we think is too good to pass up. So right now, have some patience, have that overhead buy in place. If you want to know exactly where ours is, join patreon.com/learncrypto, and that's how we're going to play Coinbase. I do believe in this next bull market, Coinbase is going to be a very profitable stock if you believe, like us, that Bitcoin is going to 100,000 and beyond. Why? They are going to get fees from retail traders, and now understand that over half of these Bitcoin ETFs, guess who's custodying all of that Bitcoin? Coinbase. Who do you think is getting fee bases on the fees from Bitcoin ETFs? Coinbase. So they're going to get a lot of money from institutions, a lot of money for retailers. And if any other further ETFs are approved, like I believe a Ethereum ETF has a potential to be approved in May of 2024, guess who's going to custodize that as well? Coinbase. You can see how this thing could blow up. So you can see how the custody fees that they're charging continue to grow if more and more of these ETFs and products are approved by the SEC and by governments all over the world. You can go ahead and show your chart. Let's see what the technometer is saying. I don't think we're oversold on the tech yet. That's another reason why we're trailing overhead buys, looking for another entry in Coinbase.
Yep, here's the chart on TradingView. Again, we got the normal Wyckoff markings with the selling climax, automatic rally, secondary test. And then we had the jump. We had a little deeper backup. We did get oversold. The green dots are showing the oversold technometer. We didn't get that. We almost got that the other day, but that was up around 140. So we didn't get the buy there. We've been sitting on our hands, as Nick said. I'm showing here we have at a 0.382 to 0.5 retracement. So I think everything is fine on the Wyckoff front. We just had a nice markup, 50% retracement. I think it's just you. Hold on a second, because Nick can't hear me, but I think it's just his problem. I think I should be fine. I didn't change anything, so I'm not sure. Like I said, we're having problems. I'm not sure why that is, because I just turned off the mic and turned it back on. So, but that's the coin. So let's go back to Nick and I before we get lost here. All right, Nick.
Roger Ripple says $1,000 coin incoming. There you go. Genghis Khan says, do you have any advice on how to get your friends and family into crypto? Everybody keeps saying it's a scam, but I retired in 2017 from crypto.
Nice.
Genghis Khan, it's a hard thing. Me and Todd talk every day. There's people that we know in real life that are acquaintances, some that are friends, saying they want to give us money to manage for them in crypto and stocks. By the way, take a look at learncrypto.io. Todd can manage with crypto PCG, whether it's a stock or a crypto API. We can get that done. Maybe that's something they want to feel comfortable and know that somebody's taking a look at their assets. But it's a hard question. I think you just got to keep telling about it, tell them baby steps, maybe get the beginner course from learncrypto.io. Step one is just getting them on Coinbase and getting them to put some money in there. Or dollar cost averaging $5 or $10 a day. That's how I've had success for my no-coiner friends that now have six-figure crypto accounts in this past couple of years, getting them on Coinbase, telling them to buy in the bear market, and now they're finally seeing some green and getting some hope and dollar cost averaging even more. But I also have plenty of people in my immediate friend group, you know, people I play soccer with, people that have been to my house, people that have, you know, driven in the Mach 1, played the Golden Tee, see my setup, and know that all I do is crypto. I invest in my own crypto. I have a crypto private group, and I advise projects via Ferrum Network that help launch them into the crypto ecosystem, and they still don't get into crypto. So I think it's just a thing where people are going to be left behind. That's how we get market tops, is they want to fund one when Bitcoin's 100,000. And at some point, you got to stop wasting your energy, do your own thing, focus on the people who do want the help, and leave the other people behind. It's unfortunate, but really that's my only answer. What do you think, Todd?
I mean, I agree. You just got to stay on them. And maybe the key is let us manage the accounts so they know they got somebody that has been trading it for a while. That makes them feel more comfortable. A lot of people won't do anything, and then at the highs, they FOMO in, and then they lose 60, 70, 80%, and then bad taste in their mouth. And and they never add, they never get going again. So I ran across that a lot, even over the weekend at a few places that I visit. So, and while I'm here, I want to throw up the chart. Let's go over MicroStrategy, Mara, Riot, etc. Here's MicroStrategy. Looks like a strong jump and a backup. 450 last trade. You can see the technometer did come down right at near oversold, really around 460 or so. And we're back to 47. So there again, charts look good, but technometer readings do not look good. And then let's look at tomorrow real quick. These are normal favorites of everybody. Same type of thing on Mara. Slow to respond on the upside, got up there near 31, totally crashed back down to 16. Volume has been pretty heavy, so I don't mind these counts because I think Bitcoin is headed higher, etc. But some of these miners are looking a little bit sloppy, a little bit heavy. Same with Riot.
Took a lot of flack for selling up there at 24.85, and we have subsequently dropped 36% since our profit sell. Made profits on the way up. It's 36% down, so we're trying to find a re-entry. We'll buy back the same number of shares, bag the profits for other opportunities. That's usually how we play these things, and that is the goal. Now, Nick, why aren't we adding to our stock shares with Bitcoin miners like Mara and Riot? I do believe that Bitcoin miners might have another good quarter or two if Bitcoin price turns around. But I think beyond that, it might be tough on the miners, and our money might be better well spent in MicroStrategy or Coinbase. Just because understand when the halving happens, these miners' revenues are going to be cut in half. The difficulty rates can become harder, and they're going to be relying more on transaction fees on the Bitcoin network. So they're really going to need the BRC20 and the ORDI and all the ordinals and all this hype to continue in order to maintain revenues and increase to pay for the electricity, to pay for the miners, and of course to provide value to their shareholders. So I think you got another quarter or two of good earnings out of miners, but then we're gonna have to be really careful with those in the future.
And the people that were trading the miners are probably going to the new ETFs. So
exactly.
And I will tell you, my indicator guy is trying to build an index. We're gonna bring all the ETFs into one and just have a chart here of all the volume going on in all the ETFs. That should help us monitor that volume much better and help us with buy and sell signals on Bitcoin. So again, I got an indicator guy doing really good work for me and knowledgeable, and I'm just trying to keep adding things here that try to give us an edge here on YouTube and in the Patreon.
Do you want to look at the Riot chart real quick, and then somebody wants you to look at HBAR crypto if you want to take a look at that one.
Riot's below my screen there. I mean, again, nothing to brag about. Let's blow that up. It's trading heavy, I think, as miners are, and probably a good trade here shortly, but nothing that I want to be in longer term. So wait on that. We don't do much shorting. I mean, I think that's, if you've had success trading the long side and understand risk and stop losses, etc., possibly you can do some shorting. I mean, definitely anytime I'm taking profits on longs, you could probably use that as a short sell setup, but don't have any problem giving short ideas, just don't do it very often.
If you want to take a look at HBAR and APT.
APT. And there's APT, Tether, Binance. First thing I could say, obviously, is things I'm going to show on most charts. You've had continued sell and volume here, and price is relatively trying to hold up, it looks here, like everything is. You had a slight spring today, possibly. So could put that in through here for a minor spring. Technometer's neutral, so I think that one, I mean, definitely had pretty big sell-off into October. Wouldn't be my favorite coin, but I would say that probably we've had an overlapping 5 waves on the way up. We've had an ABC back down, and could look at that. Let me blow that up real quick. Get a better look at that. 5 waves overlapping, maybe with an ABC pullback. The best thing, again, selling on the OP index while price is holding. That is a buy divergence, so I think that could be one that could be interesting. And then we had a spring today on the chart.
Do you want to look at HBAR?
HBAR on maybe Bybit. Let's bring that up, see what that does.
What else you guys got going on in the chat box? Let us know what charts you want to look at. Let us know if you want opinions on any news or fundamentals. And if you missed the beginning of the show, watch that because we talked about 3 assets that we want to add to the Patreon. We talked about how we have overhead buys on Band. We're buying that back after selling that 30% higher. And we do have overhead buys on Coinbase and others. So we went through a lot of charts, went through kind of where our portfolio structure is. And if you want those exact limit orders, you know where to join. Patreon.com/learncrypto. We do have a free membership over there now. You're not going to get all of the entries, of course, but you can kind of see what we do and decide if you want to become a VIP member and get into the private Discord.
Let me blow up this chart. I mean, there, again, you can see at the lows, we had new lows in the OP. The OP really is intraday volume that we monitor down to the 5 minutes. Price was holding. That kind of got us through this white resistance, and we're backing up to it. So again, not a favorite coin. We were oversold at the last low, not getting there currently. So yeah, once we give the go ahead in Patreon for some of these coins and the altcoins, I would think HBAR could be bought and then see how it rallies the next time. Hold on here, I don't have, where my dominance chart went, so I'm not going to show that at the moment. I'm going to go back and show the AKT. I think that's what Genghis asked for. So there's Akash Network Tether Qcoin, same type of thing. That chart looks extremely good, continuing to new highs and higher lows. OP's hitting actually a new low really today, so I don't know AKT, but and that's had a heck of a run. But I would say that's one still to stay long and maybe a nibble a little bit. Do your own research because that's a tough one. And while we're talking here, let me run my disclaimer. I am a registered investment advisor, so I do have to keep my regulators happy. So here we are real quick.
There is a high degree of risk involved in trading cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns. Thank you.
All righty.
Somebody wants you to take a look at Tesla stock, and then Roger Ripple says rum is killing it. I'll tell you what, some rum doesn't sound too bad tonight after watching Bitcoin go red. That's just a joke, though, because we've been looking for Bitcoin to drop here. So I'm actually probably should be drinking rum as celebration. Me and Todd have been watching Bitcoin. I said if the Bitcoin ETF gets approved, it will have a straight-up green bar to 50,000. I was told, why so bearish? Even I got a little nervous. Well, guess what? Bitcoin spot ETF approved. We only went to 49,000, followed by sell the news, and we are getting right into the buy zones that we've had on our chart for a very long time. Todd said to buy 50% of the Bitcoin back on a drop to 39,000. People looked at him like he was crazy. It only got 2 emojis in our private group. Well, guess what? We got back there, and we are picking up some positions and starting to put some overhead buys on our favorite altcoins. So happy. Also very happy with the sell-off in the crypto-related stocks. We thought those were very much overbought. We thought those were going to get murdered, and they have. We have a ton of cash in our stock portfolio, and we have an overhead buy on Mara, down 30% from our profit sell, and we have an overhead buy on Coinbase as well, down 30 or 40% off the highs. Close eye on Riot, close eye on MicroStrategy. So we are loving this dip. We are hoping you are loving it too. Realize this will be a short-term dip if you are long. We will be going higher for 2024. And if you need help finding those positions, structuring your portfolio, getting some limit orders, and join us, patreon.com/learncrypto. We are not right all the time, like some of these gurus say they are on Twitter, but we are definitely right more than we are wrong. We've been here since 2016, 2017, in a public setting, shitting with the door open. Everybody can see each and every trade we do. We've had losers, but we also avoided, what was it, Terra Luna, where that went to zero. We weren't in that. We avoided FTX. We never told anybody to do that. All the influencers are shilling FTX. We did not do that. We didn't get our assets seized in that either. So we've avoided a lot of the pitfalls and mistakes that you can make in crypto, and we're just trying to win nice and slowly, nice and consistently, and follow the trends.
There's been a lot of crazy moments during this show for the last, what is it now, 7 years or something? It's been crazy.
7 years.
I'm going to show, that's crazy. I'm going to show the Tesla chart real quick. Yannick, not much really to add here. You know, indicators were very friendly at the low down there at 110, but really they got friendly, about 10 days ago. We got oversold, and that did not hold Tesla. Really, Tesla's not one that I really have ever traded myself. I own it because I own some Barron funds, and Ron Barron has been a big fan of Tesla for years. So I have that in buy and hold portfolios at Charles Schwab for clients, but not one that I'm currently trading. And it seems like my indicators don't give me many good trades on Tesla, so I haven't done much with it. Quickly, here's the SPY, continuing to make new highs. That's being led by the Mag 7, the big name techs, Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon, all the big ones, continuing to run that higher. I've got our Wyckoff wave. Actually topped out there a few weeks ago. Chart still looks pretty good, but the general market looks like still a little bit heavy. So I still think stocks in general could pull back here a little bit. Maybe apply a little pressure to Bitcoin still, and then looking for the next opportunity to be a buyer in stocks.
XRP was 5 cents. Yeah, XRP is actually how the channel got started. That's what's got Todd into crypto. We got in a trade on XRP and had XRP in the portfolio, writing it up to $3 while talking shit on it, while saying XRP is garbage. XRP isn't going to be here to stay, and take this pump as an opportunity to liquidate your positions. The entire bear market of 2018, 2019, everybody is in love with XRP because they're bag holders and they got caught with the bag. You know how often we trade XRP now? Once a year, November. You know why we trade it in November? Well, XRP has their conference, and guess what happens? They hype everybody up, talk about the future, and all of the XRP community buys it. And guess what happens? We buy it before the conference. It pumps during the conference because all the Ripple community members want to DCA their bags, and we dump it on their head. And we publicly do that for the past 4 years. Ripple is not something that should be in your portfolio if you want to outperform in this market. It isn't. They've continuously been caught dumping on you, the community. So let's get into some core assets that have more decentralization, whether that's Ethereum or Bitcoin, or let's get into some new assets that are launching, new sectors that are coming out, and new opportunities that are within the ecosystem. I understand, but you can't fall in love with assets in this space, especially when the token economics and the utility of the token just don't line up for higher prices in the future. So that's awesome that Roger Ripple's been here this whole time. I don't know if you know who still owns XRP, who doesn't. It's something that we trade once a year. We get asked about XRP a lot. It's just something that has been an underperformer since 2017 high. It has not outperformed. It's had barely, the only outperformance it's had recently is when they won the case against SEC, and that lasted for Todd, a week? Right. I think if you pull up that correlation chart, the outperformance that XRP has had is probably a month total in the past 5 years, which is just something that's just going to draw on your portfolio, draw on your mental capabilities, and there's just a lot of opportunities out there. So,
what up, Gary MC? I'm Roger. Also wanted to show here, I mean, also indicators are working for futures. So I've got Bitcoin futures charts marked up. I've got here light crude oil futures in front of us. I mentioned in my week in review, you can sign up for. I like if we can get above this white downtrend line. I think oil can maybe firm up here. We had a little bit of a buy divergence at the lows. So again, I've got gold, silver, I've got everything listed here. We got all the Bitcoin futures. So just trying to get charts marked up. You know, we've got volume coming in from 35 sources up to 40 sources. So pretty excited about the software. I'll make you more aware when it's available at TradingView if you want to pay a little extra charge to get that put on your TradingView software yourself.
Also, that rant I had on XRP also applies to XLM. XLM is one that I enjoyed more for various reasons over XRP. That was kind of the little sister or little cousin. But that now is to a point over the past few years. We only trade XLM in November as well. They have their conference. We buy it, try to take a trade before. We sell whatever conference pump we get, and we don't talk about it for a year. The CEO or the founder of XRP has a ton of XLM tokens, and he dumps that on the open market. I don't know how many he has left, but him and his kids have been selling on you guys for years publicly because the blockchain doesn't lie. What other questions you got? Altcoins, large caps. Tell Todd he looks ugly. Tell me I need to get Pokemon out of my basement because I'm 32 years old. I don't know. Something.
I'm just getting old. That's all I'm getting. Get ready for the new, I guess I could say.
What?
I was going to say the female rap artist getting ready to drop one of our records that she sampled. One of the top 3 or 4 female rappers in the country.
Yeah, I was about to say,
sampled one of my old records from my record label. So, ka-ching, ka-ching on that.
I don't know how public all that is. You gotta not name names.
I might not. I might want to wait.
Augustin says, "Nah, respect for Pokemon." Hey, that's nostalgia for me. Also, there is in the COVID days, there's a lot of upside potential in collectibles, and guess who made a lot of money from collectibles via Pokemon? That's me. So these are all graded cards. So it's good to have nostalgia in your life. Everything I buy has upside potential or is limited edition. Not to say that everything goes up in value, but that's kind of my perspective. Get things I enjoy that hold their value or potential of upside if I ever need to liquidate them in the future.
Don't be a Gary. That's our old Gary. I can't think of Gary's name. He moved to Thailand with his little girlfriend. So his little female girlfriend. And Roger, we're just going to have that. Well, we're just going to meet up in Vegas if we got to 100 grand. We didn't get that done yet. Pool party, backyard's always ready for a pool party. So maybe we'll have that at 100,000. Everybody can fly into Quincy and we'll have a nice little party. So we shall see.
We might need to do it at like 90 because I think Bitcoin goes above 100, but I think 100 has been said for so long and it's such a mental barrier that I think we're going to get a sharp sell-off at like 90, 95, even 99,000 sharp sell-off. People say that's it. It's going to be a 20% drawdown. Everybody's going to say Bitcoin's going to 0, and then Bitcoin's going to moon and go to 220,000 after that.
They know nothing!
I thought they said, you know nothing. That's what
I've got balls of steel.
Shit. Everyone will FOMO in at 100 grand, there's no doubt.
We just got to get above there.
Or maybe we're just going to trade. I mean, I would think with the ETFs and the broader participation that I think my software will perform better because we're going to have more volume to analyze. We're going to have more people FOMOing in, more people FUDing out, etc. So I think it's going to get easier to trade. So we shall see. Yeah, Gary used to like his ZRX, and I think he just retired and went to Thailand.
Hey, where the women are younger, livelihood is cheaper, and the stresses are less, huh? Carrie says the dark stripes looking good.
I don't think I've ever wore this shirt. So.
Never seen it. It's kind of interesting. It reminds me of like the red and green candles on a chart.
Right.
I thought that's what you're going for.
No, I wasn't. Shout out to Paul Frederick. Send me some free shirts. That's all I wear. I got hundreds of them, but I would take 100 more.
Paul Frederick, if you want to sponsor Learn Crypto.
Wear your shirts every day. Not much to add here. So
yeah, Bitcoin. Like many...
No, we're getting no divergences. We're getting nothing really oversold. So again, I think we're down here levels where you got to nibble. We're not pounding the table. If you want these things live, patreon.com. We do manage assets through trading APIs. We hold no custody. Stock assets through Charles Schwab. And we spend a lot of time doing this shit. So that's all I got.
Roger Ripple says, I need wife changing money this run. Well, let's go. Let's get on there. We're trying to get some good trades and positions going this year. We've done pretty well on that. We have some good pre-sales that we've been in. We've been in recommended 3 pre-sales. All 3 of them are up. Of course, Gora is up about 50%, not including passive income. Orbify AI is up 50%, not including passive income. And Dead Prez is still up 40x. Just launched. We were up 100x plus free NFTs, so hopefully you got involved with that. We do have upcoming pre-sales. ArcX, I think that's going to 100x. Truflation, I think that's going to 7 to 10x. YakDAO, I think that's going to 100x. If you don't know how to get involved in those, or if you don't know any of those names, you're missing out on life-changing money. Join patreon.com/learncrypto to figure out how to get involved.
100x's?
Whoa, easy does it.
100x's.
Whoa, easy does it.
I already had one this year. Bull market hasn't even started to some
yeah.
people. I already had one.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, I think that's it. Make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you like daily updates on both crypto and stock, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news right here at Learn Crypto.
We're going to run the crypto commercial, and then we're going to be on the lookout for a pork blaster flyover. Here comes the flyover. We got more pork blasters coming. I think Nick just said he had 4 or 5 of them coming, so be on the lookout for that. We'll catch the next day or 2. Peace out.
Warren Buffett, American investor, business tycoon, and one of the wealthiest people in the world, once said, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." But how is that possible? Well, knowledge is power. In 2020, it is no longer news that cryptocurrencies are the currency of the digital future. Bitcoin's stability amidst unprecedented global economic impacts from COVID-19 has proven once again that crypto is here to stay. Learning how to trade, when to trade, and where to trade crypto assets can make the difference between success and failure. At LearnCrypto.io, we offer a pathway to sustainable and lifelong wealth by helping open-minded beginners and experienced traders navigate the thin ice of the cryptocurrency markets. Live shows, interviews, coin reviews, fundamental analysis, predictive trading bots, and open chat access to a community of real traders. These are just a few of the benefits you'll receive with a membership on patreon.com/learncrypto. Sign up today if you strive to build yourself a brighter tomorrow.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.